It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Denver Nuggets. For the Nuggets, they're in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, hoping to break out with a win tonight. We'll see if they can shake off the cobwebs. And tonight, two offenses that like to score in the post. Shaq, defensively, how do you counteract that?
Two types of denying. Deny the position and deny the entry pass.
Yes.
Sounds like you're in a state of denial.
I deny everything you just said.
Is it just me? I thought that was funny.
But you know what the other thing you could do, Shaq? If you pressure the passer, what it does is then it allows the defender to have more time to get around on the defensive and provide.
You're lucky I didn't guard you in your career.
Oh, I would have went right by you.
You're lucky.
I would have hoped you pressured me.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan. Time for the tip.
Live from Memphis, Tennessee at the home of the Grizzlies, we're broadcasting from the FedEx Forum. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to Golden State in Oakland. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
Brent, some teams already failing to meet expectations. What shouldn't they do this early on?
Panic. I mean, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it could take a winning streak. You might turn it around, a winning streak of 7 or 8 games, and the mentality in the locker room changes. The coaches maybe clue into rotations and maybe combinations of guys that all of a sudden you're feeling good about what you worked on in training camp and what you grinded through. Now you start to have some success with it. So the biggest thing is just don't panic.
And trust the plan.
Wow, I thought you might have gone process, but you did plan.
On purpose.
I like that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking. I'm with you. I've got to think. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. Harris and Barton, the two wings. And it's Thomas in at the 1 spot. Now here is Conley. 17 points for him last game against the Warriors in Oakland. It's good. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Thomas kicks to Jokic. Outside for Thomas. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Thomas got himself on the board with 3 there.
From distance, when he gets into a rhythm early, it makes this offense a lot more dynamic.
Well, great to get him involved, particularly at the start of the game. This is what keeps guys engaged.
Back to Anderson. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Barton in the corner. And Barton throws it down.
And Millsap right now unselfish and looking for guys if they're open.
Here's Temple. Outside, Green. Over in the corner, Conley. And the 3 ball is good. Conley's got 5 now.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Pass to Jokic. There's the lob to the hoop. Barton, no luck.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Memphis shooting their first foul shot of the night. Free throw drops for Temple. This is an unselfish group here in Denver. This team, Brent, can really pass the ball.
5th overall last year in assists, 2nd overall the year before that. And you got to give credit to Mike Malone and his coaching staff because what they've done is they played Jokic at that point center position, distributing the ball from the top and have guys who cut off the ball. So interesting mix of talent using their center as the passer. Well, with Jokic, even the organization admits when they drafted him, they did not envision this kind of production. I mean, really has been off the charts. You think about the trade that they made to clear the way for Jokic to be the defined center and what he's done with that. This team has been off to the races offensively with the way he handles the point center position.
That free throw missing. And talking about Jokic, even his teammates are in awe, Brent, of his playmaking.
Yeah, even the veteran Mike Miller said last year that it's made the team so hard to guard because it's a weapon really that no other team has. And of course, we've seen great passers, Marc Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins. They have the ability, but the offense is not structured around the things that Jokic can do.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, it's interesting when Jokic was playing with Nurkic and they cleared the room for Jokic to take over at the center position. He's taken on that responsibility. He's taken on the star role. He's accepting it and excelling at it.
Now here's Jackson. 17 points for him last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known. That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Martin left side. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first whistle.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Barton kicks to Harris. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 1.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Jokic passes to Barton. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Parsons checked in for Kyle Anderson. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Jokic sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Well, the D did a great job. They forced him into a tougher jump shot than Jokic was willing to take, but he still made it.
Conley finds Jackson. Jokic against Parsons. Over Jokic. And another basket for Memphis.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
The Nuggets trail. Thomas passes to Millsap. And here's Jokic. Guarded by Jackson. And the pass to Harris. A three-pointer off the mark. Grizzlies have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Jackson passes to Green. Makes it off the glass. Green's got his first 2 points of the night.
A fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Outside Thomas. Kicks it to Harris. Passes it to Jokic. Over Green. Jokic, no good. Now the Grizzlies with it. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Conley against Thomas. Inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Temple's got 7.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
Now here's Parsons. Here's Conley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
And he knocks down the first one. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
And Conley drops them both.
Yeah, former 4th overall draft pick. Conley took a while to develop physically, but the mental parts have always been there.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Isaiah Thomas met with a lot of teams in free agency before deciding on the Nuggets, and it just wasn't a great market for IT after coming off such a rough season. Had to settle for a short-term deal to show he could still be an impact player.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Brooks checked in. He hits the second from the line. And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce-back year. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Brooks kicks to Parsons. Memphis moving it around. Now here's Jackson. He feeds it to Parsons. Another shot. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
And Chandler Parsons, a player who's just had some bad luck with injury. You think back to when he was at full health and how impactful of a player he was. Still working to get back to that level, but it's been a long journey for Parsons.
And Parsons, no good on that one. And with Parsons, it wasn't that long ago he was a top small forward with his scoring and playmaking.
You know, at one time thought to be the ideal small forward, you know, to give you a little bit of everything on the floor, could get to the rim, could stretch it with the perimeter shooting, and a solid defender. His outside shooting, I think, still there, but the burst that allowed him to get good looks is something injuries may have taken away. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover, just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Caspi comes in for Garrett Temple. And Andrew Harrison subbed in for Mike Conley. The Nuggets also changing it up. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Trey Lyles comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Beasley in for Thomas.
Great focus from Murray. Really sticking it to the D right there with the tough and one.
And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
One shot.
Free throw good, Murray. And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a two-guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
Now here's Parsons. Yep, it counts. Parsons got 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Beasley left side. Down low. And the dunk by Lyles.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Harrison. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. Parsons for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Now here's Beasley. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Jackson against Murray. Clock at 6. Pass to Lyles. On its way from Beasley for 2. And he overshot that one, missing. Memphis leading by 10. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
Yeah, Kevin, he's mindful of the fact that this is a shot-blocking team they're playing, but he doesn't want his team to be shy offensively. He said, if anything, we have to be patient and at the same time aggressive. If we can be deceptive in the way we attack, and there are ways to do that, we can score inside. We'll see if that works, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, David. Guys, just how difficult is it to face a team with this kind of defense?
Kevin, it is tough. They've got some guys who can totally wreck your game plan with their activity on D.
I also wonder if this is going to give them a spark of their own on defense. You face a team with this kind of pressure, and it can get you fired up to prove that you're every bit as tough as your opponent.
And it's Murray penetrating, and it goes down 2 points.
Well, if Murray gets his slashing game together like that, that's a good sign for his offense. Love how confident he is.
Harrison kicks to Caspi. Parsons outside. No good on the shot. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Lyles passes to Beasley. Five on the clock. That one goes in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harrison kicks to Jackson. Back to Harrison. There's the lob to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Murray. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Parsons, and Parsons slams it in.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Whew, up by double digits already, and no sign of let-up.
Stolen by Jackson. Here's Harrison. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Murray kicks to Lyles. Caspi gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Well, you think back for Trey Lyles, forever linked to Donovan Mitchell. They were involved in that draft day trade, and of course, with revisionist history, people look at that much differently. Obviously, Mitchell came out and was on fire, while Lyles has shown a little bit more steady improvement and being patient and waiting for his time.
And the first one at the line is good. And getting back to the Lyles-Mitchell trade reminds me of when George Hill was traded by the Spurs for Kawhi Leonard, who had been drafted by Indiana.
Yeah, it's always tough to be associated in a deal where that player goes on to immediate stardom and you're still trying to find some footing. And now Lyles was traded along with that draft pick for Mitchell, so the deal wasn't just 1-to-1, but it's a trade that certainly people will remember.
Now here's Jackson, Parsons, Plumlee with the rebound. 17-foot shot on the way. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Brooks kicks to Jackson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Jackson's got 6.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Murray, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Now Plumlee. Murray outside. Just 5 to shoot. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Murray outside. And it's off from three-point range. Harrison kicks to Brooks. Back to Harrison. On the wing, Jackson. Over Plumlee. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Supreme effort there. Plumlee able to get up into the shooter's face and alter that shot attempt.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Grizzlies lead by 13. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Like, I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, I mean, it just, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Beasley is out there with Jamal Murray. Then it's Trey Lyles. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 spot. Murray left side. Beasley outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Traveling has been a concern for the NBA for a while. For a purist like you, do you like that?
Well, you got to get from city to city, Kevin.
I don't think that's the kind of traveling I'm talking about here.
The violation.
Yes. I only ask you pay attention.
I'm sorry.
That's all. It's a simple request.
Yeah, they're doing a better job. Some get away with it more than others. How's that?
What an answer. Thank you, Brent. He misses the free throw, and Memphis making a change here. Conley's checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Gary Harris, he's checked in for Juan Hernan Gomez. Good on the second free throw. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And here is Conley. Brooks outside. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Brooks with it. Beasley covering. Out to Conley. Brooks finds Green. Here's Harrison. Over Harris. The shot by Harrison, no good.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Conley. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Anderson. Brooks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And that one, good. And it's 9 points for Jamal Murray.
Well, buttery right there. A knockdown shooter from that area. Murray taking advantage of that opportunity.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Garrett Temple has checked in for the Grizzlies. Denver also making some changes. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Trey Lyles, and Barton subbed in for Malik Beasley. Now here's Conley. He's got 9. It's deflected.
All about timing. Will Barton, great job of seeking that one out and throwing it away.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
Here's Green after the Nuggets pick up 2. Back to Brooks. Barton with some nice D.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Jokic, no good.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Back to Conley. Clock at 6. On the wing, Green. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Here's Millsap. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You can see how comfortable Millsap is right now. His confidence growing.
Conley kicks to Anderson. From the baseline. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, "The drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better, and it's gotten me this far." Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Now here's Conley. He's got 9. Now the feed to Green. And that one drops for him. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Jokic, no good.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
The Nuggets trail by 14. And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff. And he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Barton, no luck.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Conley, the pass to Green. Back to Conley. That's in, and that's his fourth basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Now here is Harris. 17 points for him last game against Boston.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here is Conley. Gary Harris making his last shot. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things. Rotations and playing angles and having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Conley's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 16. Harris kicks to Thomas. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Memphis. Conley left side. Passes it to Temple. Outside Jackson. Back to Temple from deep. No good that time. Some solid defense from Harris. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Parsons checked in for Anderson. And a switcher also for Denver. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Nuggets on D. It's a 16-point game. Here is Caspi. Hernan Gomez covering. And again, Memphis no good. Nuggets have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Back to Thomas. Over Conley. Rebounded by Temple.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Parsons dishes to Temple. Can they get it? Here's Caspi. Offensive rebound. Thomas against Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the three-point shot. Conley's got 8 points in the quarter.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Thomas gets a wide-open look. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets, trailing by 19. Here's Millsap. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Conley kicks to Jackson. Parsons trying to break loose, and the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 8 points. And here are the Nuggets now. And 1:01 left to play here in the second quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and misses it off the right side of the rim. And the Grizzlies leading by 19. And Temple kicks to Conley. Caspi passes to Parsons. Millsap with the double team. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Parsons' shot is off.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Here's Thomas, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his first personal foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Harrison's checked in. And then for Denver, Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Trey Lyles comes in for Paul Millsap. And Murray's subbed in for Gary Harris. Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas. There's 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Conley feeling it out. And so it's Mike Conley making highlights for Memphis. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chandler, how were you guys able to come in here and get off to this kind of start?
They're a great team. The big thing for us is just ball movement, playing unselfish, and doing all the little things that free up other people for shots, cutting, screening, flaring, doing all those little things. We're moving the ball really well, and we're getting out in transition early.
Chandler, looking good so far, my man. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to you, I guess.
And you.
Not you.
Not him?
You.
Oh, her, for sure.
Them.
Yes.
This is Ernie Johnson. That's Kenny, that's Shaq. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Nobody had an answer for Mike Conley in the first. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left.
exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they could control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mike Conley.
Yeah, you don't think of him as a big-time playmaker, but over the first 2 quarters, that's exactly what he was.
Moving the basketball and making the extra pass, making the defense work harder to stop them. Nice offense there.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley, and it's Green in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Here's Thomas. Michael Conley making his last shot. Harris finds Jokic. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Harris has got 11.
Well, the confidence that Gary Harris is playing with right now, he is ready to shoot once that ball touches his mitts.
Millsap with the steal. Here's Thomas. Makes good on the step-back jumper. He's got 10.
Now that was pretty. A beautiful move to set up that jump shot.
And Paul Millsap, a 4-time All-Star in Atlanta. Greg, as we know, he missed most of last season after left wrist surgery.
A big loss after just signing that mega contract with the Nuggets. I mean, he's a lot older than most of their core, but a great fit in their front court and obviously one heck of a player.
They get it back, and Green slams it in.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. Will not go. This is off the front iron. To the paint. Here's Barton. And Barton throws it down.
Oh, yeah, sure, Will Barton. You could have laid that one in, but why? People pay tickets to see that kind of stuff.
Conley kicks to Jackson. Pass to Temple. Stolen by Thomas. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Pretty fundamentally sound, and Jokic does a great job of keeping his balance there after contact.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot, mind the lanes.
Free throw, good. Jokic. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. And Temple kicks to Conley. They double-team Conley. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. Fires the 3. And again, Memphis no good. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Thomas, that's good.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
I just think it was a matter of getting recomposed, altering their game plan just a little bit. They look completely in sync now.
Here's Jackson. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Back to Jackson. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Grizzlies.
Hey, this is a high-powered offense today. Clicking on all cylinders, making things happen, and also good use of the 3-ball. Just enough to keep the defense off balance.
Now here's Millsap. Mike Conley grabs the miss. Conley's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Jackson misses. The Nuggets trail by 10. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Anderson. Conley against Thomas. Outside Conley. Tries from 16. That shot misses. Good defense by Jokic. For 3, Harris. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Millsap's got assist number 5 here tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Anderson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And with this break, let's bring up the list of the dominant rookie rebounders in the NBA this season. Conley against Thomas. Pass to Jokic. Over Green. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Nikola Jokic.
Oh, Jokic being assertive now in the mid-range and has the touch to bury that kind of shot.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 10. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Grizzlies shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Two shots.
The first one falls. Dylan Brooks. He's checked in for the Grizzlies. Beasley's checked in for Denver. He's off on the second. The Nuggets trail by 6. Harris, right side. Brooks grabs the board. Brooks has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Conley. Just 5 on the clock. Over Beasley. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 4 this quarter.
You know, when Conley's scoring like this, I think they are a better team. I mean, the passing is great, but fill it up, Mike. I'm loving this.
Now, here's Thomas. 12 points for him. And that one drops. Jokic has got 12.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Millsap against Jackson. Over Millsap. That's good from 17 feet away. He's got 12. Here's Thomas. And there's the pass to Jokic. Back to Thomas. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
This is his third trip to the free throw line. Some changes for Memphis. Caspi, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Harrison in for Mike Conley. The Nuggets also changing it up. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Trey Lyles comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Jamal Murray in for Gary Harris. That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Harrison. Brooks outside. Here's Green. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Thomas dishes to Plumlee. They swipe it. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Harrison passes to Caspi. Anderson against Beasley. Green kicks to Anderson. Shot clock at 5. And the basket is good. And now a 9-point Memphis lead.
Well, capable on the interior to score so long. Slow-mo. Anderson not going to pass up a look like that.
Out to the right wing. Here's Thomas. That one misses. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And Brooks gets it to go.
And a terrific use of the floater. Unguardable, really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Murray, the pass to Thomas. Shoots the 3. Murray, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 11.
Jamal Murray, you can't start much younger than Jamal did at age 3. He reportedly could play basketball for hours on end. Where's the nap time, Kevin? Where is the nap time?
There really isn't a time in Murray's life that he wasn't great at this game.
No, in Canada, just such a great career in Ontario. Played alongside, actually, Thon Maker. And then 1 year at Kentucky. Who doesn't have 1 year at Kentucky? Drafted 7th overall. And what an amazing fit that he's still pointing up and improving. One of the game's more deadly shooters right now.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 14-point game. Lets a floater go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Brooks. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Hernan Gomez kicks to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. They get it back to the left wing. Six to shoot. Can they get it? No good off the back of the rim. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Now Caspi. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's not going to go for him. The Nuggets trail by 14. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Rob. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance over Murray. Nice shot by Brooks. Brooks has got 12.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Lyles. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul. Barton's checked in for Beasley.
Substitution. Will Barton.
And Plumlee kicks to Hernan Gomez. Passes it to Murray. Clock at 4. Trying to get something going. Rebound by Caspi.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
Here's Harrison. Inside. Brooks outside. Harrison in the corner. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Nuggets trail by 18. Now here's Barton. Dishes it to Plumlee. And there it is for him.
And those are some effort points. Even with the defender draped all over him, Plumlee works hard to get off a makeable shot.
Harrison kicks to Green. In the corner, Parsons with it. Misses the 3. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And here is Hernan Gomez. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Plumlee. Barton against Brooks. Shoots. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Murray, the pass to Barton. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, Murray, no good.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Here's Harrison, buried from 15 feet out. Harrison's got 6.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
The Nuggets trail by 18. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The kick out to Barton. Drills the three-pointer. Barton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Off-season work and shooting the basketball paying off for Barton there. This guy you have to keep your eye on if he gets the ball around the arc.
Harrison scanning the floor. On the wing, Green. Over Plumlee. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The Nuggets trail by 17, and Denver will start the fourth quarter with Murray and Harris, the guards. Trey Lyles out there with Plumlee, and it's Barton in at the small forward. Now here's Plumlee. Lyles kicks to Barton. For 3, Harris. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Well, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Parsons for 3. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
Now here is Harris. High arcing shot. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. Harris has got 21 in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Harrison kicks to Caspi. Right side, Green. Parsons outside. Shoots over Lyles. Parsons' shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 15. Murray outside. Plumlee in the post, working on Green. Green with the block. And Temple kicks to Parsons. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Saturday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Monday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Kings, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Barton. Here's Lyles. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. Parsons finds Caspi. Here's Parsons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Shooting for Memphis, Chandler Parsons. 2 shots.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Parsons. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. Kyle Anderson comes in for Caspi. And it's Conley in for Andrew Harrison. Denver also making some changes. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. And Paul Millsap is subbed in for Trey Lyles. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
You look at Paul Millsap's career and just how much has changed from being the role player in Utah and scoring around the basket to becoming part of that great run in Atlanta where he expanded his game to the three-point line. Now that scoring and that rebounding is a huge part of what they need here in Denver.
That one goes. Count it.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
To the inside, Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
And talking Millsap, you really do know what you're going to get from him year in and year out.
Yeah, it's super consistent, and it goes beyond the stats. He plays with great passion. He's tough. He wants to win basketball games, and that desire shows up every night. The interesting thing is about Paul Millsap being a carrier for this ball club. It's a role he's still getting used to.
And the foul on Will Barton. That's his first foul. Thomas checked in for the Nuggets.
Second team foul. In for the Nuggets, Isaiah Thomas.
Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. And Parsons gets it to go.
Yeah, he is sneaky at the rim, lays it in against heavy pressure.
Harris kicks to Millsap. Barton outside. Pass to Thomas. Another three for Denver.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Temple the pass to Jackson. Back to Temple. There's the pass to Conley. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
Thomas kicks to Harris. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Anderson's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Denver with the ball. The Grizzlies making the shot. Here's Thomas. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Conley dishes to Jackson. Back to Conley. Over Thomas. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Now here is Harris. Here's Millsap. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, there's been a lot of attention around the league about how good Millsap was defensively on the interior, but don't forget about what he could do on the offensive glass.
Here's Jackson. Back to Temple. Passes to Conley. From deep. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
The Nuggets trail by 20. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Barton outside. Commissioner Adam Silver has balanced his comments between wanting parity, Brent, and recognizing there are always going to be super teams. Is there middle ground there?
Is there middle ground?
I don't know.
I don't think so. You would like to have some of the teams just be more competitive than they are, but some of the creative, circuitous routes that teams have taken to put themselves into position to get better, younger talent has decimated.
What do you call that?
I don't have a term for it.
Okay.
I don't like the one that's used, so
yeah.
I don't have a term for it. Let's just call it setting yourself up for the future, Kevin.
Looking ahead.
Yes, exactly. So I just don't think you'll ever get it. You do hope that some of the starving franchises do have some success for the fans who have they've had to bear a lot. So you root for them.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Parsons. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. He kicks it to Thomas. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Now here's Jackson. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Jackson. 30 points for Mike Conley. The Nuggets trail by 20. Players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep, players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
Here's Conley. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Third team foul.
And so it's Memphis with it. It's an 18-point lead, and good that time.
Anderson finishing through contact. I like to see him make the mid-air adjustment to get that ball off.
Harris finds Thomas. Denver gets it back, and Jokic slams it in.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
You saw by that putback there, he's just completely locked in. They're getting full contributions from him right now.
They get the rebound. Green, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Green's got 9 points here in the second half. Pass to Millsap. Back to Harris. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Jokic kicks to Thomas. And the shot goes in. Thomas got 11 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Pass to Temple. Outside Conley. Here's Jackson. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 9th assist in the game now. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. The Nuggets trail by 20. Thomas passes to Jokic. Kicks it to Barton. Inside. Thomas down low. Covered by Conley. Conley against Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jokic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, Jokic is a hard worker. That time, a terrific job of rolling into the open space after he set the screen.
To the middle. Here's Jackson. Again, the miss by Jackson.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
And the Grizzlies leading by 18. Conley kicks to Anderson. Feeds it to Jackson. Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. Anderson against Barton. Anderson's shot is off.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now, here's Thomas over Conley. Thomas, no good.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Grizzlies.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions and the nice night it ended up being for Conley.
He painted a great picture on the offensive end with the ball movement tonight, really racked up some assists, and had some pretty sweet passes to go along with it.
Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Chandler, it's a cliche, but you guys really do seem like you're getting home court advantage and making it tough for people to come in here and win.
Yeah, this is great. That should be our goal every single night, to win our home court games, to have the loudest, craziest crowd in the NBA, and I think we got to be up there. Our crowd tonight was great, and we really feed off their energy, so it was good.
They pushed you to the win, Chandler. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.